Okay, so I am going to do the Test Your Knowledge lab. If you'd like to follow along, you can. If you've already done it, you could skip this. So we're going to start with creating a monitor. So I'm going to go to my LTM, go to Monitors, Create, and I'm going to call this my underscore HTTP. And this is going to be an HTTP monitor. Okay, in the receiver string, I'm going to type server. Okay, and we're going to leave everything else default. Okay, next, we're going to create a pool. So we'll go to Pools, Create, and this one is going to be SSH underscore pool. We're going to use round robin. All right, we're going to type in some addresses for our servers. 172.16.20.1, and this is going to be port 22. So we'll add, and then our second server, and then our third server. Okay, and then click Finished. All right, and then we'll create another pool. And this is going to be the HTTP pool. And this is going to be HTTP underscore pool. Okay, this is going to be ratio member. And then less than. And we're going to use 2. All right, now we're going to type in our servers. 172.16.20.1, port 80. And so we're going to have ratio 2, 2, and 1. So our first server is going to have a ratio of 2 and a priority of 1. Okay, our second server is going to have the same ratio. Priority is going to be 4. And then our third member is going to have a ratio of 1 and priority of 4. Okay, and now finish. And now for our third pool, it's going to be a HTTPS pool. So we'll create, and this will be HTTPS underscore pool. We're going to use round robin. So we'll just add in our servers. 172.16.20.1. Port is going to be 443. Click add. And then our second member. And then our third. And finish. Okay, and now we have our monitors, ICMP. So we'll create that. We'll go to monitors, create, and this is going to be ICMP. We're going to click ICMP. So we could change times, and that's really when we want to create a custom ICMP, is only when we need to change the interval or the timeout. So finish. Okay, next up is going to be a profile. So let's go to profiles, and it's going to be persistence. Okay, create a new one. I'm going to call this PR underscore SRC underscore persist. Okay, and this is going to be source address. We're going to use a custom timeout. So our timeouts, click here to activate, and this is going to be 30 seconds. And our net mask, we will specify as 255, 255, 2550, and finish. Okay, and what's next? Okay, so virtual servers. So let's go over here, create a new virtual server. And this is going to be a VS SSH underscore SSH. Okay, our IP address is going to be 10.10.4.100, port 22, and we're going to leave everything else at default. So we'll just scroll all the way down. And then we need to add our default pool, which is SSH pool, and click finished. Okay, and then we're going to add an HTTP virtual server. So this is going to be VS underscore HTTP. IP address is going to be 10.10.4.100, port 80. Everything else will be default. So we'll scroll down and just add our default pools. And this is going to be our HTTP pool. Okay, and so we have our HTTPS pool left. So we'll create that. And this is going to be VS underscore HTTPS. IP address is going to be 10.10.4.101. Port 443. Okay, we want to add our default pool, HTTPS. And then I think this one has persistence. Yeah, so we'll add our persistence to it. So our default persistence profile is going to be the PR source persistence. And then click finished. Okay, so now we should be able to open up a browser. And we should be able to go to each of these virtual servers. So https://10.10.4.101. Continue. And here's the server. So we could refresh a few times. And we're staying on the same server, so we know persistence is working. Okay, let's try our HTTP. All right, we'll refresh a few times. And we can see that round robin is working. And we're not going to server 1 because of our priority that we set. Unless server 2 and 3 go down, server 1 will not take any traffic. Okay, so now we could test SSH. So if we go to our desktop, we'll just shrink these down. We should have PuTTY installed. Here it is down here at the bottom. And I'll go to 10.10.4.100, port 22. I'm going to click no. All right, so now this is logging into the server. So the username and password is going to be student and student, all lowercase. Student, student. And here we are. Now we're into the server. So now we know it works. Now you're ready to move on to the next lecture. So let's begin.